Okay.
Yeah, hello everyone watching. This is Mr. Larry, and of course, I teach and work in Tendercare Motorstolic. I'm here today to teach this very subject and topic. The subject is basic technology, and of course, the topic is engineering material. So, I'll just give you a breakdown of everything you need to know under engineering materials. Now, engineering materials, as you can see on the board, can be divided into three major parts. We have mineral materials, we have non-mineral materials, and then we have matter. So, I'll repeat again, engineering materials are divided into mineral materials, non-mineral materials, and matter. So, mineral materials are divided into ferric and non-ferric. You can visit the YouTube channel Tendercare Motorstolic. You will see the explanation or the class or the teaching about ferric minerals. Okay, we are done with that already. Then today we are going to move to non-ferric minerals and the examples under non-ferric. Before I go deep down into what we're supposed to do today, I'll give a breakdown of what engineering materials are divided into. Non-mineral materials is another part of engineering materials. When we talk about non-mineral materials, we are simply talking about building materials. So when we speak of building materials, when we speak of building materials, so when we speak of building materials, we talk of cement, we talk of blocks, and so on and so forth. Sorry, the class on Zoom just ended, so I'm trying to restart the class, and I think it's started already. So you can click on the link again to be part of the class. Thank you. So non-mineral materials, we are talking about building materials, like anything you can see in your building or used to make that very building up. That is what we refer to as building materials, like wood, stones, sand, and so on and so forth, even water. So now, speaking of matter, which is the last division when it comes to engineering materials, we have water, to generate electricity. We have petroleum as well to generate electricity. Then we have uranium, generates nuclear energy. Now, moving to the precise thing we're supposed to do for today, which is non-ferric minerals, that is under mineral materials, don't forget. They do not consist of iron elements. In the last class we spoke of ferric minerals that consist of iron elements, but for non-ferric it does not consist iron elements. Example, we have so many examples rather. But today we only focus on aluminium. You all know we still have silicon and the rest of them. But today our main focus will be on aluminium. Now, its melting point is 660 degrees centigrade, and it's about 8% of the Earth's crust. So what are we talking about when we speak of melting point? It means if it is subjected under certain temperature, created probably by fire or heat or pressure, aluminium will melt. That is what we are referring to, or we refer to as the melting point. It means at this exact temperature, aluminium will melt. So what are we trying to say? Let me just go into this explanation, like let me explain to you like I'm explaining to a layman. You know, if you put anything under a particular temperature, take for instance sugar. If you put sugar inside the pot and you set your gas fire under it at a certain temperature, what do you think will happen to the sugar? It will melt, right? This is the exact thing we are talking about here. It means if you subject or put aluminium under a certain temperature at 660 degrees centigrade, it will melt. So now the other thing is it covers about 8% of the Earth's crust. That is the availability of aluminium, so that is huge. Its raw materials are called bauxite. You all know the raw materials for aluminium is called bauxite. What do we mean by raw materials? It means things or the materials that are put together or added together to make aluminium. So the main ones are called bauxite. At room temperature, it's easily oxidized. It means why we say something oxidized at an under an atmospheric condition, which is room temperature, is a natural one. It produces a form of a film of oxide on its surface. This film of oxide is one very important thing when it comes to a positive thing when it comes to aluminium. This film of oxide protects aluminium from atmospheric conditions like heat, humidity, sun, and rain. So under a natural condition, that is the room temperature or atmospheric condition, aluminium is easily oxidized to form a film of oxide on its surface. This film of oxide protects aluminium from atmospheric conditions such as heat, humidity. When we speak of humidity, for those of you who doesn't know or who do not know, is the amount of water we have in the atmosphere at a particular point in time or in a particular day. We have sun, you all know what sun is, we have rain, and etc. etc. Now, the film of oxide also prevents it from rust. So you can see that film of oxide produced on the surface under natural condition on the surface of aluminium, it's something very positive. How do I mean? This film of oxide protects it from corrosion. Corrosion, I told you, I've explained before to you that it helps. Corrosion is a process where minerals rust, or metals, or anything that contain a little of iron rust. So it helps it or prevents it against that very process of corrosion. So it's something very good for aluminium. This is the most important property of aluminium. I want you to put that at the back of your mind. Make sure you don't forget, because you can be asked this question in your exam. What is the most important property of aluminium? It's able to protect itself from corrosion or from rust due to the fact that under room temperature, it oxidizes to produce a film of oxide which protects it from corrosion and rust. Now, properties of aluminium. Don't forget we said the most important property. It doesn't mean other properties will not be there as well for aluminium. Doesn't rust, that is the most important. Of course, another thing we can speak of when it comes to its properties is the lightweight. It means aluminium is very, very light. Now, speaking of advantages, okay, before we go down to the advantages, the technical department will help me with the projector to show us what aluminium that we've been talking about since looks like, the kind of shape it possesses and so on. It possesses and so on and so forth. So in a short while, we'll see from the projector what aluminium looks like. Okay? So I want you to pay attention. Enjoy that moment till it comes. Okay? So, alright. We're about to reveal to us what an aluminium is. You can see right now, this is it. This is aluminum sheet. You can see how flat it is. It's not just one. If you check very well, you see the lines are, so it means they have been laid on one another. You understand what I'm trying to say? So this is not, it's bundle now. It's not just one. Okay, it's not a single aluminum sheet. It's a lot of aluminum sheets together over here. So we'll move to the next picture. So we can see aluminum in another shape. Okay, so it means it's malleable, it is ductile, it can take different forms and shapes. So let's move to that to the next one. Now to the next one, you can see cans of drinks. So it means aluminum sheets can be used to make cans of drinks. And of course, when you get to some offices, you see aluminum doors, you see houses, or you see houses where they use aluminum to demarcate, okay? Maybe one room from the other, okay? So these are the things we use aluminum for. Thank you. So the technicians or the ones in charge of the technical department will help us to take it off while we continue with the class. Thank you. So now, speaking of advantages of aluminum, we can see it has, the weight is light, it is pure. We speak of purity of aluminum. So you can see from the picture we displayed via the projector that it is very pure. It resists rust. Good conductor of electricity. You must be careful when you are holding aluminum and you want to deal with anything that has got to do with electricity, because it conducts electricity. It means electricity passes through aluminum so that you will not be electrocuted. Now, the next thing is good conductor of heat. Of course, anything that can conduct electricity most times are good conductors of heat as well. So it means it can conduct heat. Now, conduction of heat means it can absorb heat, and when you touch it, you will experience or feel that heat has been stored up in that very aluminum. Now, non-magnetized. Yes, it's not something very good when it comes to magnets, okay? It's not that very magnetic. Then malleable and ductile. From the picture displayed via the projector, you can see that aluminum can take different shapes. That shows it is malleable, it is ductile, it can take, it can be, bent into different forms or kinds of directions. So that will be the end of the class today. In the next class, I want to believe that we will meet in peace and not in pieces. And I pray God protect you till then. Thank you. And before you go, please don't forget that Tendercare is on YouTube now. If you missed this class, you can tell any of your friends to go visit the YouTube channel for Tendercare. Just write Tendercare together, and of course you'll be able to watch this class either today or tomorrow. God bless.